For the best experience, please use headphones or listen in a quiet environment. Unlock your true potential. How education transforms lives and shapes the future. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with a question. Why do we learn? Why do we spend years of our lives in classrooms reading textbooks, taking tests, and chasing grades? What is the ultimate purpose of education? Is it to memorize facts? Is it to get a job? Or is there something deeper, something more transformative? Today, I'm here to talk to you about education, but not the kind you've been conditioned to accept. I'm here to talk about education as a tool for transformation, not just for your career, but for your mind, your soul, and ultimately, the world. Let's start with a powerful quote from Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Think about that for a moment. A weapon to change the world. But here's the thing, the education most of us receive isn't designed to change the world. It's designed to fit us into it. It's designed to make us part of the system, not to challenge it or transform it. So let me ask you, are you using education to conform, or are you using it to create? Are you learning to fit in, or are you learning to stand out? The kind of education I'm talking about today isn't about memorizing dates in history or formulas in math. It's about learning to think critically, to feel deeply, and to act boldly. It's about understanding the world and your place in it. It's about unlocking your potential and unleashing it to make a difference. Let's talk about 4 key areas where education can transform you. 1. Understanding yourself. Socrates said, "Know thyself." It sounds simple, doesn't it? But how many of us truly know ourselves? How many of us have been educated to explore our own minds, our beliefs, our fears, our passions? Most education systems are external. They teach you about the world outside. But what about the world within? What about understanding why you think the way you do, why you react the way you do, why you want the things you want? Here's an action item for you. Take 10 minutes every day to reflect. Ask yourself powerful questions like, what did I learn about myself today? What challenged me? What inspired me? Write it down. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns. You'll begin to understand yourself on a deeper level. Another quote to consider is from Carl Jung, who said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." How often do we act out of habits and beliefs we've never examined? Education should help us shine a light on these hidden aspects of ourselves so we can take control of our lives. Here's another action item. Practice mindfulness. Spend 5 minutes a day observing your thoughts without judgment. This simple practice can reveal a lot about your inner world. Another step you can take. Write down your core values. Ask yourself, what matters most to me? Why? Then align your daily decisions with these values. Living with intention brings clarity and purpose. A quote from philosopher Aristotle also resonates here. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Without understanding yourself, it's impossible to truly grow, learn, or make meaningful contributions to the world. 2. Developing sensitivity to the world. The world is complex. It's full of beauty, pain, joy, and suffering. Yet, so much of our education keeps us in a bubble. It doesn't teach us to see the struggles of others or to appreciate their perspectives. Maya Angelou said, "When you know better, you do better." Education should help you know better. It should open your eyes to the realities of the world, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it should inspire you to act. Here's another action item. Volunteer. Find a cause that matters to you and get involved. It could be feeding the homeless, teaching underprivileged kids, or working to protect the environment. When you step out of your bubble and into the world, you'll not only learn about others, but you'll also learn about yourself. Consider this quote from Helen Keller. "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart." Education should connect you with your heart. It should make you sensitive to the beauty and struggles around you, allowing you to act with empathy and purpose. Another action item. Start a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. This practice will help you develop a deeper appreciation for the world around you. And here's another one. Read a book or watch a documentary about a culture or issue you're unfamiliar with. Let it broaden your perspective and inspire you to think globally. President Barack Obama once said, "The future belongs to young people with an education and the imagination to create." Understanding the world's diversity is a critical step toward creating a better future. 3. Creating change. Education isn't just about understanding, it's about action. It's about taking what you learn and using it to make a difference. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." It's not enough to be smart. You have to be courageous. You have to be compassionate. You have to be willing to stand up for what's right, even when it's hard. Ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve? What change do I want to create? It doesn't have to be global. It can be local. It can be personal. But pick something and start. Take one small step, then another, and another. Here's an action item. Identify one issue in your community that you care about. Research it, talk to others about it, and brainstorm ways to help. Then take one action, no matter how small. Another quote to consider is from Margaret Mead. "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Your actions, no matter how small, can inspire others and create ripples of change. Here's another action item. Create a vision board of the change you want to see. Visualize it every day and let it motivate you to take action. Winston Churchill once said, "To each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to their talents." Education prepares you for that moment. Are you ready to answer the call? 4. The power of curiosity. Albert Einstein once said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." Curiosity is the spark that ignites true learning. It's what drives you to ask questions, to seek answers, to explore new ideas. How often do you ask questions? And not just shallow questions like, "What's the weather today?" but deep, probing questions like, "Why do I believe what I believe? What would the world look like if we did things differently?" Here's an action item. Make a list of 5 questions you've always wanted to explore. Then commit to finding the answers. Read books, watch documentaries, talk to people with different perspectives. Let your curiosity lead you to new insights and new possibilities. Here's another quote for you, this time from Rumi. "Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth." Education should be about unfolding your own myth, your own story, and creating a life that's uniquely yours. Another action item. Schedule time each week to learn something new, a skill, a language, or even a hobby. This habit will keep your mind sharp and your curiosity alive. And another. Join a discussion group or online community focused on a topic you're passionate about. Sharing ideas and engaging with others can fuel your curiosity and open new doors. Building resilience. Let's face it, transformation isn't easy. It's messy, it's uncomfortable. It requires you to face your fears and overcome your doubts. But that's where growth happens. Think of a butterfly. Before it can fly, it has to struggle to break out of its cocoon. That struggle is what makes its wings strong. Without it, it wouldn't survive. Another powerful quote comes from Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist, who said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Resilience is about embracing change and finding strength in adversity. Here's another action item. Create a list of past challenges you've overcome. Reflect on what you learned from them. This will remind you of your inner strength and resilience. Another action item. Develop a mantra for tough times. Something like, "This too shall pass," or "I am stronger than this challenge." Repeat it to yourself when you feel overwhelmed. Gratitude and giving back. Education is a gift. Not everyone has access to it. If you're fortunate enough to learn, to grow, to transform, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Use it to uplift others. As the Dalai Lama said, when educating the minds of our youth, we must not forget to educate their hearts. Here's an action item. Teach someone something you've learned. It could be a skill, a lesson, or an insight. By teaching others, you not only help them grow, but you also deepen your own understanding. Another action item. Support educational initiatives, donate books, sponsor a student, or contribute to a scholarship fund. Even small actions can have a big impact. And one more. Reach out to someone who has been a mentor or teacher to you. Thank them for their impact on your life. Gratitude has a way of coming full circle. The call to action now, as we wrap up, I want you to do something. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, pick one action item from what we talked about, whether it's reflecting on yourself, volunteering, asking deep questions, embracing challenges, or teaching others, and do it. Start small, but start now. And if you found value in today's message, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and like this video. Why? Because it helps us grow this community. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. And it helps you stay connected to content that inspires and empowers you. Finally, I want to hear from you. Is there a specific topic you'd like me to explore? Something that could help you grow, transform, or make this world a better place? Let me know in the comments. Your input matters, and together, we can create something incredible. Thank you for being here, for being open, and for being willing to grow. Remember, education isn't just about changing your mind. It's about changing your life. Let's go make it happen.